Let's paint the scene. You've just come out of surgery, groggy, stitched up, and full of antibiotics. The nurses are kind, the painkillers are doing their job, and the hospital jello tastes suspiciously like artificial rain. Then someone hands you a cup of probiotic yogurt, not as dessert, but as medicine.
Why?
Because behind that innocent-looking swirl of creamy goodness is a highly underestimated ally in the battle for faster healing, fewer infections, and a happier gut. Welcome to the new frontier of post-surgical recovery, where yogurt shows up not just as comfort food, but as an active participant in clinical therapy. Let's start with the obvious chaos surgery inflicts on your system. The body's first response is inflammation, part of the natural healing process, sure, but one that can easily get out of control. Add to that the broad-spectrum antibiotics that often come with surgical care, and you've got a recipe for gut microbiome carnage. The once diverse, cooperative community of bacteria in your intestines becomes a ghost town, overrun by opportunistic troublemakers. That's when recovery can go sideways. More infections, slower healing, longer hospital stays, and in some cases, complications like post-op ileus or antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Here's where probiotic yogurt steps in wearing a metaphorical lab coat. Clinical studies have shown that patients who consume probiotic-rich yogurt during the recovery window often demonstrate lower inflammation markers. Think CRP, IL-6, and TNF-alpha, those acronyms doctors monitor like Wall Street stock tickers. The live cultures in yogurt, especially lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains, don't just wander through your gut like tourists. They interact with your immune cells, dampen unnecessary inflammatory responses, and help the body focus on healing instead of spiraling into an overreaction. Then there's the matter of healing time. It turns out that when your gut is in good shape, your entire system runs more efficiently, nutrients are better absorbed, infections are less likely, and tissue regeneration gets a serious boost. Several trials in post-abdominal surgery patients have shown that those who regularly consumed probiotic yogurt experienced faster wound closure and required fewer days of hospitalization. Not a miracle cure, of course, but in a world of rising hospital costs and overburdened systems, shaving even 1 to 2 days off a recovery period is a big deal. One particularly fascinating aspect is yogurt's effect on gut flora balance during and after antibiotic treatment. Instead of waiting for the microbiome to slowly rebuild itself from the rubble, probiotic yogurt acts like a contractor sending in the reconstruction crew. It repopulates the gut with friendly bacteria, restores metabolic functions, and prevents harmful strains like Clostridium difficile from gaining a foothold, something that can turn a routine recovery into a serious medical emergency. And here's the best part. Probiotic yogurt doesn't come with a laundry list of side effects or drug interactions. It's food. Well, it's more than food. It's functional nutrition that happens to taste like dessert. Patients generally accept it happily, which is more than we can say for most post-op dietary options. Looking at you, clear broth. It's also easy to tolerate for those with sensitive digestion, and even lactose-intolerant patients can usually manage thanks to the fermentation process that reduces lactose content. Of course, this isn't about replacing traditional medical care with dairy. You still need antibiotics, surgical aftercare, and pain management. But layering in probiotic yogurt is like adding a backup singer to a solo performance. It smooths the rough edges, fills in the gaps, and can turn a standard recovery into a more harmonious one. Hospitals in Europe and parts of Asia are already integrating fermented dairy into post-surgical meal plans, and clinical nutritionists are taking notice. So yes, we're now living in an era where yogurt might be part of your prescription. It may not get a dramatic montage in a medical drama, but it's quietly helping patients get back on their feet, reducing inflammation, accelerating tissue repair, and rebalancing the inner ecosystem. Who knew the key to faster healing might come with a foil lid and a plastic spoon?